Take one.
So like Flowers for the Living it's a real special project to me. Like of course I'm always working on different projects and always trying new things and all that, but Flowers for the Living has been like a consistent that has really like resonated with my fan base, and it started out as like 14 straight days of love poems, like February 1st through the 14th, but then once I added my wife to the equation, who's a singer, like we started using a live band and the whole acoustic feel, and it just turned into something way more digestible. Like everybody ain't really trying to sit there and listen to poetry for 3 to 4 minutes or whatever, and that's totally understandable, but the music component really took it to a whole nother level and allowed me to be even more creative and branch out more and just be more innovative with it. And I think what makes it kind of original, like a lot of people do covers and stuff like that, but you don't necessarily get to show your own versatility unless you like a musician and you showing little tricky chords or whatever. But the fact that I have my original works, like I write these original pieces to each of these tracks, so that makes it like something new, something original, and that's what I think kind of makes it cool.
Forget your plans, find a spot right in that sand, don't tight as you can. Let's build us a fire, let's laugh till we tired. I smiled and you smiled, I told you that I love you. You blush, then you look down. No words are spoken, I know that you feel it. You reach out your hands, I hand you my hoodie. The sun sets on the
this year, my wife, she was doing it with me for the past 3 years, and don't worry, she'll be back next year and stuff like that. Like, but I was able to reach out to a lot of my artist friends and just bring even more diversity to the project. All these artists are amazing, so for people to still like me in the midst of all this amazingness is like great to me, you know what I'm saying?
Let's get lost.
no compasses allowed. Our body's so loud that remote locations can't turn us down. Wow.
Working with Lily K, man, like it was great. Like you could see the chemistry on film. Like you could just look. It looked very natural, and like that's one of the biggest things people have really been saying. Like, man, y'all should collaborate more, man, because y'all just look really good working together. Like y'all look real comfortable, and like y'all just sound really great together. And honestly, it's been cool because I think out of everyone, I was already like friends with everyone, prior to, but like me and her, I think built the best new relationship out of this particular project, and that's really cool to see her excited and see her like just excited to be a part of the project. I added new musicians too. I had Andrew Fridge and Gabe Austin, and those two guys, it's important to me because they are musicians for Soul Speak. They did an amazing job, man. Like, I'm just really pleased with the sound we came up with this year. I added JD on trumpet, man, and that's another guy that's been rocking with me for a while now, and that was great. Like he played on the sessions with the Ones, which was Kahari Lemuel and Yao. And the crazy thing about Kahari and Yao, like Kahari was really supposed to play the cello and sing, but it was miscommunication, and I ended up having to call Yao that night, you know what I'm saying, and you know how cold it's been, this winter, and he got up out his blankets, man, and came and sang and just... Just a very like serendipitous type moment, man, because the way it sounds, you would have thought that he had been planning to do this for like months, you know what I'm saying, but he just literally jumped up out of his blankets, man, and came and did, and that was just love, man. Like that type of love is what Flowers for the Living is all about.
If it wasn't for you, I'd be on my own. So, don't wait till I do wrong. Don't wait till I put up a fight.
We also had Tori Griffin to be a part, and she's been a part of it before, like singing background and stuff like that. But you know, I'm actually in a band with Tori, and me and Tori have probably the longest relationship out of everyone that I worked with in this project. And just to be able to work with her again side by side on something is just always exciting and always like magical, man.
See the broke nigga race, don't touch the thing I'm slow, cause the rich nigga race, come in by some more, what you want, a penny, fur coat, diamond chain, all the blacks always want the same thing.
We also had Prince Jericho, and Prince Jericho, you just never know what he's going to say or like how he's going to respond to things, and just that you can see his personality like in his particular sessions, you know what I'm saying? Like even on the New Slaves joint, when I say of course Molly got popped, like he's in the back like twerk team, like that's just like who he is, man. But he has so much personality, and it comes through in his singing, and it makes you smile, you know what I'm saying? And like him and Yao, you know, he's jokes about, man, them African brothers be singing, man. But he was blowing it out the water, man. He got a velvet type voice, you know, one of those Rat Pack type guys. And I just really appreciated him being a part. I got Troney on percussions, who's been with me for who knows how long. It's just awesome. Lastly, we had D. Wilson and Earth St. James to come through, and it was crazy because, you know, Earth, I had hit him very close to the shoot day, and he wasn't prepared and stuff like that. He didn't want to come through because he perfectionist, you know how musicians are. But I'm like, hey man, look, you have to, and he came through and he blazed it, man.
I the love of my life. You are the love of my life. You are the love of my life. You.
Him and D on the strings together, and them harmonizing, and him doing Happy, and it was just a real organic moment, and it was beautiful, man. Them acoustic guitars, man, and that's one of the things, the diversity, even with the, you know, instruments to like the singers, everything just really kind of panned out. Then Jasmine and Niecy came through and sang background.
Because I'm happy.
I think two of the most important components, you don't see them, but like, you know, I got Kamalkiddo doing videography, and you know, he's been with me for 2 years on the project, and it's a lot of work. Like, these are 14 videos, you know what I'm saying, 14 edits. My homegirl Jordan Powell out of Atlanta, she's done just a myriad of things for the project. She kind of serves as like my creative director, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm real picky about stuff, real particular, because I'm, you know, very hands-on and very whatever. Like, her vision and like her skill sets are awesome. So like, all of the branding and all of that you see, like, that was her, man. So it's just, I don't know, like, the team is growing, the fanfare is growing, the project is growing, and I'm elated. Just the fact that people even care that I'm saying something means a lot. So as long as people care, I'm gonna just keep doing it. I have like so many like visions for Flowers for the Living, man. And I think that's probably one of my strong suits, is like being a visionary. Like, I want, like, eventually I want it to be like 14 different covers in 14 different cities, and eventually take that to, like, you know, 14 different countries. I know that sound like, but like, that's how my mind kind of work. Like, you know, being able to, if I'm in Philly, maybe doing a joint with Jill, and then, like, you know, being out in LA and doing something with somebody out there in New York, and, you know, whatever. Like, that type of stuff is cool to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually one day Robert Glass was playing on Flowers for the Living, you know what I'm saying? Like, just taking this thing bigger and bigger. Being able to spread love through your art is an amazing thing, and for people to gather in the name of love, like, that's great to me. Like, one day this is gonna be, you know, in ebony magazines and magazines on newsstands and stuff like that, because it's become such a thing and such a powerful thing. Like, a lot of our famous musicians and you know, history makers, like, were remembered because they were able to spread a certain type of love throughout the world, and I think that's transcendent upon all kind of languages and countries and demographics. Like, everybody kind of knows what some type of form of love is, you know, and that's important.